with the me bounce thing, y'all ate that up. Because rebounds, me bounce, creep bounce, key bounce, T bounce, T bounce, anything that comes off that board, it's mine.
Here's what happens when a player spends more time criticizing the team in public than letting their game do the talking. Eventually, the organization takes a step back and starts asking a hard question. Are you really as essential as you believe? That moment has now arrived for Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky front office just delivered a very clear message, and it wasn't subtle. Their decision signaled that availability, consistency, and professionalism matter more than noise, narratives, or online support. This wasn't about disrespect. It was about priorities. Teams that want to win can't afford uncertainty, especially when they're already struggling. For Angel, this was a wake-up call. Not because she lacks talent, but because talent alone isn't enough at the professional level. Organizations value players who show up, stay ready, and focus on basketball, even when the season isn't going well. The choice the Sky made wasn't the one many fans expected, and it probably wasn't the one Angel expected either. But it reflects how front offices really think. They don't build around headlines or social media energy. They build around trust, reliability, and players they know will be there when it matters most.
Plans on remaining with the Chicago Sky after rocky end the 2025. You may be like, Rocky question mark? Yeah, you don't remember? She threw all of her teammates under the bus and then ran the bus over them. In that interview that came out, I think it was the Chicago Sun-Times. And her teammates, nah.
The team just sent shockwaves through the organization by naming Camila Cardoso as Player of the Year. This wasn't a routine award announcement or a feel-good moment. It was a clear statement from the front office, and the message couldn't be mistaken. For anyone who believed the franchise revolved around one player's name, image, or personal brand, this decision had to hurt. The Sky made it clear that their future plans are built on performance, dependability, and presence on the court, not online attention or narratives. This was the organization drawing a line and showing who they truly trust moving forward. Angel Reese may have thought she held leverage or that her role was untouchable. This announcement proved otherwise. Professional sports don't run on perception alone. They run on results, consistency, and accountability. When those things are weighed, reality has a way of cutting through the noise. The idea of being irreplaceable sounds powerful, but the league doesn't reward assumptions. It rewards players who show up, stay ready, and help the team every night. With this decision, Chicago revealed how it really evaluates value, and it wasn't based on reputation, hype, or personal branding.
Not want to come back, or maybe she's decided I want to come back, but do the Chicago Sky actually?
So what do you think? Should Chicago seriously explore trade options for Angel Reese after everything that's happened? Share your thoughts in the comments, because this situation is getting more complicated by the day. Right now, things don't look great in the Windy City, and surprisingly, it has nothing to do with an on-court meltdown or an argument with referees. Instead, the Chicago Sky finally stopped dancing around the obvious issue and made their stance clear. They named Camila Cardoso as Player of the Year. Take a second to let that sink in. This wasn't accidental, and it wasn't symbolic. It was intentional. While Reese focused on brand deals, appearances, and building her public image, the front office focused on basketball results. Cardoso showed up for all 40 games. She earned 15 Player of the Game awards, 6 Player of the Week honors, and 2 Player of the Month recognitions. That level of consistency speaks loudly. She delivered every night without turning team problems into public drama or using media sessions as emotional outlets. Chicago didn't reward noise. They rewarded reliability, effort, and impact. And with that decision, the organization made it clear who they trust most when it comes to winning basketball games.
You see this right here. Camila Cardoso was named the Magellan Player of the Year. Chicago Sky. So she was named the Player of the Year right here for the Chicago Sky. Right? 15 times Chicago Sky Player of the Game. All right, 6 times Chicago Sky Player of the Week. 2-time Chicago Sky Player of the Month. I love this particular statistic. 40 games played. Woo! A lot can be taken from the 40 games played statistic, right? Because let's be honest, here's Angel.
Angel Reese appeared in only 30 games, and the timing of this announcement couldn't have been harsher. It dropped right after Reese went on what felt like a full media tour with the Chicago Tribune. During those interviews, she spoke as if she were running the team herself, openly judging her teammates and suggesting that bringing in better talent was the only way she would want to stay. Now imagine being one of those players in the locker room. You've spent years grinding, developing your skills, fighting for minutes in a tough league, and suddenly a teammate goes public and implies you're not good enough. That's not constructive leadership. That's putting people on blast in front of the entire basketball world. What makes it worse is the contrast. While Reese was speaking publicly about roster changes, the front office was quietly reviewing who actually showed up and delivered. Availability matters. Consistency matters. You can't question your teammates' value while missing a quarter of the season yourself. For the organization, this moment felt like a line being drawn. Public pressure, personal branding, and media soundbites don't outweigh commitment and production. And for Reese, this may have been a reality check. Professional teams don't respond well when players criticize from a microphone instead of proving their point on the court.
It's very possible the Chicago Sky front office was questioning the injury themselves. Would they admit that? Of course, never. Well, Rhodes, are you saying that Angel wasn't hurt? No. I'm just saying maybe they gave it the fuzzy eyeball just a little bit. In light of the fact that the team was bad, second year in a row, precedent from the rookie year and unrivaled of just stopping, not playing anymore.
Then she doubled down, and this time there was no subtlety at all. Angel Reese made it obvious she wasn't happy with how the season unfolded, and went even further by putting herself in a leadership role she was never given. She spoke publicly as if she were an unofficial decision-maker, suggesting she would help recruit elite players to Chicago and shape the roster moving forward. Wanting a team to improve is normal. Every competitive player feels that way. But there's a big difference between pushing for growth internally and publicly pointing fingers. What crossed the line was how she framed the issue. Instead of taking shared responsibility, she made it sound like her teammates were the main reason things went wrong, despite her own struggles with turnovers and offensive consistency. This wasn't said behind closed doors or handled in private conversations. She took those opinions straight to reporters and let them run in headlines. That sends a clear message to the locker room. I don't believe in you. For teammates who show up every day, work through mistakes and fight for minutes, that kind of public criticism cuts deep. It creates tension, erodes trust, and makes it harder to build chemistry. Teams don't collapse because of losses alone. They fall apart when respect disappears.
Warranted, she did quit on them. She did refuse to go in games. Hey, I'm just saying, she just kind of played them when she said, oh, I guess I got to go back because I'm under contract. Like, she don't want to be there.
The most surprising part of this whole situation was the lack of respect shown toward veteran players. Courtney Vandersloot is not just another name in the locker room. She is a proven winner who understands what it takes to succeed at the highest level. With championship rings, multiple All-Star appearances, and years of leadership, her resume speaks for itself. That's why it stunned so many people when Angel Reese publicly questioned whether the team could still rely on her because of age and availability. Vandersloot had to respond in public, which should never happen. She calmly explained that her body feels strong and she's preparing to return even better. When experienced players are pushed into defending themselves through the media, the damage goes far beyond one comment. Trust breaks, respect fades, team unity disappears fast. What makes this worse is that the front office actually tried to support Reese. Chicago traded for Ariel Atkins to bring stability, guidance, and structure. They gave up future assets and reshaped the roster with Reese's growth in mind. Those moves were not small gestures. Yet Reese still went on record saying the organization hadn't done enough. That moment revealed a sharp contrast between leadership and entitlement. Vandersloot handled it differently. She defended herself and her teammates without attacking anyone directly. That response showed maturity and real leadership. Other veterans watched everything unfold and began asking serious questions. Did Reese understand the responsibility that comes with being a franchise player, or was she only focused on personal numbers and recognition? Around the league, players notice these things. Most athletes don't want to join a team where the star openly criticizes teammates near the end of the season. Those comments sent a clear message that Reese believed the roster wasn't good enough. That kind of statement makes people wonder whether she wants to compete alongside others, or simply replace them. Championship teams are built on trust, and that trust was gone. Then came the confusing absences. While Chicago fought to stay competitive, Reese disappeared. Injury updates were vague, timelines were unclear, and coaches couldn't plan rotations. Teammates never knew who would be available. That uncertainty created chaos. It became harder to ignore when Reese appeared at promotional events while the team struggled on the court. Fans noticed. So did players. When emotions ran high, discipline followed. Technical fouls, suspensions, and internal consequences painted a picture of lost control at the worst moments. Even more telling, the team often looked more organized without her playing. Ball movement improved. Decisions became cleaner. Chicago learned a hard lesson. Talent alone is not enough. Leadership requires accountability, presence, and respect. Without those qualities, even the most gifted player can pull an entire organization off course.